Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Richard Palmer, royal editor for The Express, tweeted, "Everybody meeting the royals on Wednesday seems to have been instructed not to mention the controversy over Prince Harry's book. William ignored a question shouted out about it. These are the first public engagements since Spare was published." The royal family were making their first appearances since the publication of Spare. The Mirror tracked Kate and William travelling to Merseyside to meet healthcare workers, while a kilt-clad King Charles visited Aberdeenshire. Princess Anne is also on a visit in Cyprus. Per the Mirror, when Kate and William arrived at the new Royal Liverpool University Hospital, one reporter shouted, "Were you hurt by the comments in Harry's book, sir?" but got no response. We learned more about Harry's penis from his appearance on Stephen Colbert. The prince, who prefers privacy from the press, told Stephen, "These amazing veterans were doing a walk to the North Pole. They had all the training. I had none. I turned up thinking, how bad can this be? It's only the North Pole. It's only minus 35 degrees, which is what led to his frostbite." He then said he was better prepared for a different walk in the cold because a lovely lady crafted him a special cushion that protected his royal member from freezing up. He said the handcrafted pillow protected my man-piece, my Johnson, my Wilson, my Todger, my Willie, as the Queen rolled over in her grave. He added, "When you're walking, you're hot and you're trying not to sweat because the sweat freezes, and once it's numb, you don't know the pain." And it wasn't until weeks later did he realize something was wrong downstairs. There was nothing visible, nothing obvious. It was a slow, deteriorating situation. The Mirror dove into some possible errors in the book. These include claims by Harry he received an Xbox for his 13th birthday, years before the game's console was released, and that he was at Eton when he learned the Queen Mother died. It has now been shown that he was in fact skiing in Closters with his dad, King Charles, and brother Prince William at the time. The New York Post focused on Harry writing that King Henry VI, who founded the prestigious boarding school Eton, which he attended, was his great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. However, readers took to social media to point out why that was an impossibility because Henry VI had only one son, Edward of Westminster, who died in battle at age 17 before he could have any children of his own. One commentator wrote, "Prince Harry cannot even fact-check his own family tree, given that he remains under the impression he is a descendant of King Henry VI, whose son died childless at 17. But sure, let's all believe Harry fact-checks the crown. That's believable." Harry had told Colbert, "Yes, I do actually watch The Crown," which, by the way, is another reason why it's so important that history has it right. Ghostwriter J.R. Moringer tweeted a quote by Mary Carr, author of The Art of Memoir, which said, "The line between memory and fact is blurry. Between interpretation and fact, there are inadvertent mistakes of those kind out of the wazoo." He could have just quoted the Queen, who once said, "Recollections may vary." Palace Intrigue will be right back. Columnist Neil Sean, writing for Fox News, said, "Make no mistake, though, Meghan Markle is one hell of an actress. Yes, you heard right. After all, she has convinced Harry of so many things, and he believes them." The funniest to me was this quote from Harry about how he took his actress wife to the grave of his late mother, Princess Diana, and very quietly and serenely he caught her placing her hands on the gravestone and eyes closed, asking for, not the code for the safe with the diamonds or the missing tiaras, oh no, but guidance. I mean, really? While Harry is counting his millions, the bigger cost is what he truly has done to himself. As you will note, that his story is not Meghan Markle's, albeit she had the very final say on how this played out to make her look a victim in a vastly privileged world. Once she is done with him, he could find, like his book, he may just be left gathering dust on a shelf that no one now wishes to pick up or even look at. Neil Sean may be disappointed to find that Harry's book is not collecting dust on shelves. The New York Times reports Spare sold more than 1.43 million copies in all formats in the United States, Canada, and Britain, including pre-orders, according to its publisher. The figure marked the largest first-day sales for any non-fiction book ever published by Penguin Random House, the world's largest publisher. The Times offers comparisons to that 1.43 million number. Barack Obama's A Promised Land sold more than 887,000 copies across formats in the US and Canada on its first day of publication. And Michelle Obama's memoir Becoming, also published by Penguin Random House, sold more than 725,000 units in the US and Canada on its first day, the company said. In Britain, Spare set a record for first-day sales of a non-fiction book, selling 400,000 copies, including pre-orders. According to the publisher Transworld Penguin Random House, Transworld has already ordered an additional 200,000 copies of the book, according to Larry Finlay, its managing director. The only other books that have sold faster in a day have been about the other Harry Potter, Finlay said. The public appetite is enormous. Some of the people Harry thanked in his book include Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Chris Martin, and James Corden, whom he thanks for their unwavering friendship and support. Some fans find it odd that he thanked them but not members of the royal family. A Prince Harry lookalike has been forced to disguise himself in public as he fears for his life after the royal revealed his kill count, enraging the Taliban. Reese Whittock has worked as a Prince Harry lookalike since 2017 and says he feels like a target for terrorists looking for retribution. He told the Mirror, "People mistake me for Harry every single day, so it's a worry when you're a lookalike of someone facing a sudden increase in security threats. I think his memoir should have been run past British security first. It's quite bizarre that it never had been, as he will require extra security in the future in the UK at the coronation this year, for example. He will require lots of extra security for some time now. While I do look a lot like him, I'm not surrounded by an entourage when I'm out and about, so I would think it should be clear to most people I'm not the real Harry, but there are crazy people out there. I haven't been offered security before for jobs that I carry out, but I would be very hesitant to do one in the current climate without security for being mistaken as the real Prince Harry. Normally it's quite nice to run into people who think I'm Harry, but I've made sure I've kept my hat on over the last few days. As you can imagine, I've always been a big fan of Prince Harry, but I think everybody, including me, is tired of the constant private family revelations." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalacintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify or Google Podcasts or iTunes or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you're on iTunes and you see those 5 little stars there, please hit the 5-star rating if you like the show. It really helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.
Did you hear about the border collie who recycles trash when he's out on his walks? Or how about the bear that stole someone's Chick-fil-A, but good news, left the salad behind? Hi, I'm Johnny Mac, host of 5 Good News Stories. Don't worry, I have stories about humans too, like there's a woman who makes a living because she looks like Jim Carrey. It's my podcast. It's 5 Good News Stories. 5 Good News Stories, the number 5 Good News Stories, twice a week. 5 Good News Stories. Oh, and Shamrock Shakes are back too. Good news. 5 Good News Stories, wherever you get your shows.